Hello and welcome back to the Southern Hockey Network. We're going into our fourth game of the day. Got the Dirty Oars taking on the Deerbras. Should be a good one. Got the Dirty Oars in the green and blue and the Deerbras in the white and red. And in the pipes today for the Dirty Oars, you got Dan Sheridas. He's wearing a Warthogs jersey. Probably hasn't gotten a new one since switching teams. And Parker Stone in between the pipes for the Deerbras as we get ready to go. This puck is dropped. Deerbras come away with it. As they're going to chip it into the zone. Now Ohlmuller driving in, has it on the backhand. Loses it. Gill's going to chip it up. Ohlmuller and Jared Roth back for it. Jeff Farmstead going to play it up the boards to Ohlmuller. Gill's back there. Sicked away by Sumner. You've got Kevin and Keith Sumner along the blue line, but Kevin wearing a number 69 Shorzy jersey has the name on the back.
Yeah, I was about to say, does that say Shorzy on the back of his jersey?
In fact, it does. There's now Ohlmuller driving in, forced out wide by Sumner. Pass out to the slot. Now flipped up. Trey Walters takes a shot. That one's going to roll in on Parker Stone, and he'll get the cover. Looks like now we've got a SEAL Team Sticks joining the Deerbras bench. We got Dan Olson joining the bench for the Dirty Oars. That one rolls in on Stone, and he'll get the whistle there.
Couple of face-off wins there for the Dirty Oars.
As now the Deerbras is going to try to get it up the ice. Furman wearing the half jersey, the one and the 1/2. If you
don't know if I've seen that.
There is one team that has it. You've got two brothers. They wear one and half, and they're twins. They play for the Ice Brothers. As this one back around for the Dirty Oars, they'll chip it up the boards. Just escapes the zone as the Deerbras are going to settle things down. And Sumner drives in, and a little collision there between Trey Walters and Furman. It's now pinned along the boards behind Shardis. Now Kevin Sumner with it, slowing things down. Tried to get it to Ridgely, and that one's going to be whistled down for an icing. 9:15. So this face-off is going to come to the right of Stone as Dirty Oars will settle in for this face-off.
Some discussion going on.
And looks like maybe too many players out on the ice. Yeah. Looks like the Deerbras just want to get some different personnel out there. Maybe.
Well, it was a SEAL Team Sticks player. It looked like Yeah, he's changing his jersey. He's flipping his jersey inside out on the bench. So maybe the jersey was not white enough for the official to distinguish it between the two teams.
As Shardis there makes a save. Dirty Oars trying to move it out as the Deerbras got some pressure. Now they're going to move it up. Dirty Oars. Neither team really able to get through the neutral zone on this rush. Now the Dirty Oars settling things down. Ohlmuller tried to receive a pass. Just bounced over his stick as Gates came away with it for a moment. Now Ohlmuller back with it. I've got to love the neon green stick by Jeff Farmstead.
I was gonna say he has the ultimate setup for.
Excuse me, Friendstead.
I mean, he is decked out.
I mean, that's the captain through and through. He's got the neon green skates as we get an icing here. Only thing you could get that is a little bit more neon is getting the helmet green. Reminds me of the duct tape wallets people used to make when they were all neon. Maybe get him a duct tape wallet, a duct taped neon green.
He needs the green machine helmet.
This comes out to the point. Just out of the reach of Keith Sumner.
He might have to contact Verbero, get him some custom gloves with the logo on the thumbs.
Oh, absolutely. Really complete the look with the full green. Luckily, doesn't go off like a green screen or else he just wouldn't be out there. Luckily, the ice is white and not a green screen because you would not be able to see Friendstead. As now DeMichael sends it in, but Friendstead able to come away with it. Sumner and DeMichael on the forecheck. That one rolls in on Shardis, and he'll make a save with a perfect 7 minutes left to go. This puck is set to be dropped to the right of Shardis. Keith Sumner able to keep it in the zone.
Oh, he slipped a little bit, trying to get that puck.
Not trying to go between the legs was Furman. Trying to fool the goalie there. Now it's along the half wall out of the zone. Kevin Sumner. Now Ridgely skating into it. Takes a shot on Shardis, and that's going to be a save, and two Dirty Oars collide. Looks like maybe Sims and Walters crashing into each other.
It's a good look by Ridgely there. And a lot of room to walk into the slot to step into that one.
Now Kevin Sumner takes a shot, and that one's covered, grabbed with the glove. And now another weak shot rolls in on Shardis. Took a weird bounce as it was redirected by Gates. Now Roth with it, cross-ice pass behind Ohlmuller. Now out to the point. Shot goes behind Stone. And now Deerbras up the other way. Gates gets it to Furman. He's lost in his skates, and that one's going to be whistled down offsides. It looks like maybe they're going to move the face-off to center ice.
Yeah, that was about where the pass came from. And then number half was about a half-inch offsides.
Well, the jersey number gave him away there is a shot in on Sherritts. Makes a save, and you can hear both benches are lively in this afternoon game.
It's all in good fun, too. We saw in the last game, like both benches were starting to yell at each other.
You got to bring your team into the fight, and sometimes it's being rowdy and loud on the bench. Driving downhill are the Dirty Oars. And now up the other way, the Deerbras. A hard shot by DeMichael. Goes into the corner. Gates. Now DeMichael back into the corner. Checked, and that one's not going to escape the zone. Keith Sumner shot. That one gets blocked by, it looks like Ohlmuller got a piece of it. Now goes towards the net for Gates, who gloved it down onto his stick but had it taken away. Now turned over. DeMichael, Furman a shot. Now the Dirty Oars trying to get it out. Pass up the neutral zone boards. Keith Sumner with it. Flips it up to Gates. Gates around the board. Sherritt's direct in traffic as Furman along the near side boards. Now the Dirty Oars out the other way. 2-on-2. Ohlmuller a shot, and he scores. Picks the top right corner and makes them pay.
What a shot there from Ohlmuller. Pings that one in the top right corner of the net. There's just no stopping that one.
That's a scorer's shot right there, and that one goes right over the shoulder of Stone. No way, no goalie saving that. That was perfectly positioned by Ohlmuller, and he's got the Dirty Oars the 1-goal lead in this first period.
Does he have another one in him here?
As he's still out there after scoring that one, and mentioned most of these teams only have about 10 players, enough for 2 lines, and Ohlmuller wants to be out there, especially after scoring a goal. As that one shot towards the net, goes wide. As now Kevin Sumner takes it himself, driving in, he shoots, and Sherritt's a save. What a save there by Sherritt's.
Yeah, Shorzy just flying through the middle of the ice.
You got to contest someone flying at that level. As this one is loose, and the Dirty Oars get the clear. And it's going to escape their zone, forcing the Deerbras to touch up.
A great shift from the Deerbras after giving up that goal.
This one's going to go down the ice for an icing. As Vandersteen was coming back for that one. So faceoff is going to be to the left of Sherritt's. Now the Dirty Oars almost on a breakaway, but 2 good sticks by the Deerbras stopped 2 opportunities, and now Keith Sumner driving in with Gill. He takes a shot, and that one looks like it went wide, or saved by Sherritt's. That one had a lot on it. It was tough to even see where it went after the shot. It's a cross-ice pass. Nobody home. Dirty Oars trying to move it up. It's Ohlmuller versus Sumner. Sumner wins that one, and we're going to get a penalty. I'm not quite sure I necessarily agree with the call. Van Horn.
I mean, Ohlmuller making a move to the middle there. Just gets clipped. I mean, that is going to be a tripping call.
The only reason I don't agree is because you mentioned Ohlmuller making the move. Sumner was playing the puck, and when you make a move, sometimes there's consequences to your actions, and that collision was one of those, but doesn't matter. Van Horn made the call. Sumner to the box, so a 5-on-4 now for the Oars. Deerbras trying to get an early clear. They do clear it out of the zone, but not all the way down the ice. Now a shot in by the Dirty Oars, and Stone gonna get a cover there. Now Deerbras win it. They're gonna try to get a clear. Now Furman with it, just killing some of this time in the offensive zone. Tries to maybe backhand it to the slot. No one was there for the Oars. Now Friendstead gonna flip it up to Trey Walters. Walters down low in the corner, backhands it towards the net. Now sent around the boards. Mueller with it. Has the only goal of this game. There's a minute left on the power play. And that one chipped up and out of the zone. Dirty Oars going to have to touch up, so pass back to Dan Olson. And Deerbras going to clear it down the ice. Minute 19 left to go, and almost some miscommunication there between Sherritts and Dan Olson. You gotta be careful passing the puck around the goal as anything happens. Trey Walters takes a shot. That goes wide of the net. Under a minute left to go. Shot in. And then cleared out of the zone. Mueller's going to go back for it.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but Trey Walters is the first name on the back of his jersey. Interesting observation that I noticed. And Gavin's going to head downstairs, and I'll take you the rest of the way here in the first for this remaining 35 seconds. As that puck's played all the way down. Sumner on it. He has a chance. He has a lot of room to walk out in front. Sumner still with it, and that one is blocked. Dirty Oars high off the glass. Couldn't be kept in by Sumner, a.k.a. Shorzy. Puck in the neutral zone. Roth with it. Runs into his own player. And that'll do it for the first period. The Dirty Oars lead by a score of 1-0. And in a moment, we'll send it down to Gavin. Actually, check that. Hold on, no. Check that as well. We're going to get an interview here down with Gavin.
Down here at ice level with Jared. Jared, you guys have a 1-goal lead going into the second. How you feeling?
Lucky and tired.
Tired? I believe it. 12 hard minutes out there. What do you guys got to do in the second period to finish this game out with a win?
Pucks on deep, pucks on net, and player game.
There you go. Well, good luck in that second period. Thank you.
Well, there were all the hockey cliches there. As Gavin finishes up that interview, we'll step aside for a moment as we get ready for the second period of action.
And we're back for the second period. Currently the Dirty Oars with the 1-goal lead, and want to take a second to shout out the Slap Shop Bar and Grill here at the Polk Athletic Complex, feeding us in this game. No, I had a burger, Lena had a pretzel earlier, and no, what you go down there and get between this game and the last game?
Oh, I got me a pulled pork sandwich. I'm enjoying that here on the side. It's absolutely wonderful.
There are no wrong choices here at the Slapshot Bar and Grill at the Polk Athletic Complex as we are underway in the second period, and even walk out there by the Slapshot Bar and Grill, catch some fans taking in the playoff games where currently the Lightning are up 2-1, so go Bolts for anyone watching. If you're not a Bolts fan, well, that's unfortunate, but go Bolts. As Dirty Oars have a 1-goal lead in this one.
Very clean face-off win there.
Now Sumner trying to drive in, had some good opportunities from that blue line, takes a shot, that one goes wide. Deerbras have had opportunities. We're able to get a PK in that first period after taking what was kind of an uncharacteristic call, but the officials made it nonetheless. Now shot towards the point, from the point towards the net. Now seeing some balance issues as both teams were trying to drive downhill. And now a shot, that one's gonna go wide. Dirty Oars get a pass to the blue line, but just escapes out of the reach of Sims. Scherer is back for it, pressured by the Deerbras. And that one's going to go wide of the net.
Have to see if this 8-man roster for the Dirty Oars starts to play into effect, especially with this long change in the second period.
Went down there to interview Olmuller, and maybe was trying to realize they had an 8-man bench and just had to save some energy. Oars going to settle it down. Cut back. Now to Michael, back to Kevin Sumner. And a shot, that one looks like it was rang a little bit of iron and went back behind the net. So Deerbras getting close as Gates with it, gets it to Vandersheim. Gets it back to Gates. Gates shovels it over to DeMichael. Michael has it on his backhand, so circles back behind the net. Gets it to Sumner, a shot, and Sherritts makes a save.
Great job by the Deerbras, moving that puck around, getting it low to high, and a quick shot on net. That's what you want to see. They're right in this game, and it's a 1-goal game. Anything can happen.
There is plenty of time for them to get in this one. Still 21 minutes left of game time, but Gunnar Olmuller trying to push the pace there. Kevin Sumner is going to send it up the boards. Dirty Oars back for it. Out of the reach of Olmuller, and comes out to Kevin Sumner, who gets it to Vandersheim. Some D-to-D passing. Now dumped into Gates. Gates back to Vandersheim. Winds and shoots. Dan Olsen getting in the way of that one. He's back defensively for it. And now it comes out in front of Sherritts. Took a bounce, and now a shot by Gates in the slot. Another shot. Sherritts somehow standing on his head, making some big saves. Deerbras still with it.
Yeah, point-blank opportunities in front. The Sherritts able to keep it out.
And that all started with that shot from the blue line by Vandersheim. Now Franstead. Pass across. Gates trying to come away with it. Furman a shot. That one rolls in on Sherritts. Takes a weird bounce. And Dan Olsen trying to play it, almost maybe put it in the back of the net, but Sherritts able to get a cover.
Sherritts, his post, helping him out tremendously there. The Deerbras are absolutely peppering him.
We'll get a puck drop here. Oars come away with it. Now driving in. Oars forced to cut back. That was Kevin Sumner. Now Gill with Gates up the other way. Askey Sumner drops it off to Sumner. A shot, and that one goes over, hits the back of the net. What a passing play there.
Man, great rush there from the Deerbras, 3-on-1. At least you're making I like making the pass on the 3-on-1, finding whoever's open there. A great look by Sumner, but just unable to get that one on net.
And you mentioned it. You like seeing the pass. I love some beautiful passing into a good shot, and that was some of the best passing we've seen in this game, and that's what the Deerbras need to do, create opportunities like that. So this one's sent out the boards, and that one's going to have enough for an icing as Van Horn blows the whistle.
We've mentioned it many, many times. Got the big slate here on this Sunday afternoon and evening at the Polk Athletic Complex. 5 total games today. This is a 4th. Here we got some C-League action.
This is also brought to you by the energy drinks from the Slapshot Bar and Grill that are keeping us fueled.
Especially since I'm going to have a long drive after all 5 games are done.
I keep telling Noah if he just doesn't have to play at Space Coast and live over there, he could live 10 minutes from the rink and play here, and maybe we could mic him up, do some mic'd up beer league. He can call color while he's on the ice, and I'll do the play-by-play up here. And like I said, start a petition. We'll get Noah back playing at the PAC. Played here with the Florida Southern Mocs before starting his beer league career over at Space Coast.
Speaking of, we've got our playoffs coming up this week for our spring season. That should be a good one.
As that one rolls around the net. Sumner, a shot, that one, almost a turn-around goal. Now up the other way, the Dirty Oars.
Puck is bouncing a bunch there.
Trey Walters, now a shot for the Dirty Oars, a save by Parker Stone. Puck was stolen by DeMichael. Or stolen from DeMichael by the Dirty Oars, but it escaped the zone on what was a pass, and now DeMichael at the other end of the ice stole it away from the Oars. Now up the other way for an icing.
I think we're starting to see a little fatigue set in. These stretch passes, not necessarily connecting on them. We get another icing call.
5:14 left to go, and still a 1-goal game. This puck is dropped. Deerbras win it. Vandersheim gets it to Furman, but just out of the reach, just going to roll back behind the net. Furman on the forecheck. Dan Olson takes it up the other way. He catches maybe the leg of Furman, who was skating by. Is now Ohlmuller, shot, and he scores! He's now got 2 goals in this game. It's given the Dirty Oars the most dangerous lead in hockey.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see if that is the case. But Ohlmuller kind of pulls that in tight towards the body and releases that to the right side of the net. gets it under the arm of Parker Stone. And that's a great shot.
And as Lena would say, that is a wicked wista. I think my Boston accent might be improving. If not, I'm sorry, but that's as good as I got. It's a backhand pass, and nobody home for the Deerbras. Now it's going to escape the zone.
Well, you'll just have to check with Nick Nugent on that.
I'll just have to ask Hope. Maybe he's listening, can give us some feedback. Vanderstein, as he played in that game earlier to start us off. So now a shot by the Deerbras goes into the corners. That was blocked. That was Gates firing it. Excuse me, Gill firing that shot. Now up the other way, the Dirty Oars. Kevin Sumner. Franstead took a little collision there and originally skated over. They gave each other a high five. So now Gill's going to fire that one back into the Dirty Oar zone. Now send down for an icing against the Dirty Oars. So now a chance for the Deerbras to take advantage of some tired legs. 3:32 left to go.
I've seen DeMichael win some clean face-offs. See if he can win it back to his defense.
He does win the draw, but the Oars able to come away with it. And Olmuller's going to draw a penalty there as Vanderstein got the stick in the skates. And Olmuller's shown a lot of speeds in this game. Gets a little stick tap there from Keith Sumner.
Yeah, I just clipped him on the skate. Caused him to stumble a little bit. That's enough for Caleb to make the call.
So Olmuller on the hat trick watch, and yet again I forgot to bring a hat to the game. Noah brought one. Might have to take his and throw it on the ice if he does get the third. That one shot by Sims from the blue line. Sumner's going to flip that one, and that one's going to go into the bench off of Roth, who is now looking for the puck, and seems like he's found it. We'll get that one back to Van Horn, who's going to drop this puck as Lena looks at me as the freezing cold bubble turns back on here at the rink. Drops the temperature down. Sims is going to back skate with it. Pass it up towards Franstead. It's pressured by Sumner, who takes it away, and DeMichael tried to leave it for Sumner. And now Olmuller, he shoots, and that one was looking top left corner. He's already picked a corner earlier today. And now slowed down by the Deerbras and cleared out, but not all the way down. And now taken away by Furman. Furman fires that one around Sherritts. Michael's going to watch the Oars as they're going to skate this one out. Sims chips it up the boards. A pass back to Sims, rolls in on Stone as he took a shot. Now Sumner's going to send it the length of the ice. 44 seconds left to go on the Dirty Oars power play. Sims chips it up the boards.
Good pressure there by Sumner. Now he's got speed.
Kevin Sumner forced back behind by Roth. A good defensive play on the back check. DeMichael trying to skate into it. It is cleared out of the Oars zone. 15 seconds left on their power play. And now Sims is going to take it away from Sumner. Sumner's trying to get back. Sims using that strong presence, was trying to drive in, and Sumner took it away. That's going to kill off the penalty, so we're back to 5-on-5. Originally thought the call was offsides Oldmuller trying to get the puck there. Now Vanderstein fresh out of the box. Vandersteen fresh out of the box. He takes a shot. That one off the stick of Roth and into the netting.
Yeah, good stick from Roth. Just getting it out as soon as Vandersteen takes that shot, is able to deflect it up into the netting.
As it is 1:05 left to go in the second period. Puck won by Gill. Vandersteen takes a hard shot from the blue line and he scores. That was a seeing eye shot, and Vandersteen taking a number of shots like that from the blue line, and eventually they were going to pay off, and that time it did, as they now have cut the lead to 1 on the most dangerous lead in hockey.
Yeah, it seems like that left post for the Dirty Oars has been saving them time and time again, but that one finally finds its way into the back of the net, and a great shot from the point, just getting it through. That's all that matters, and now this game is within 1.
And it all starts with the momentum from getting that penalty kill. You get the PK, your team can breathe a little bit, knowing that their defense is coming through, and it's just the offense that's got to find its legs.
And the Deerbras have a lot of momentum on their side. They've spent a lot of time in the offensive zone, creating lots of chances.
And Oldmuller's going to take that one in, but offsides. And you were talking about momentum. And yeah, the Deerbras have had plenty of it in this period. There's 27 seconds left. They're only down by a goal. So now Gillum.
Big collision.
Was almost checked, but basically delivered a reverse hit. And now a drop pass. A shot in on Sherritts. He makes a save. Final 15 seconds of the second period. A shot by Gates. Another shot. That one into the chest of Sherritts. He'll get the cover with 5.7.
The Deerbras pouring it on here at the end of the second. Seeing if they can get another one here.
And we will get the buzzer, so that will do it for the second period. The Deerbras get one, get within reach of this game. We'll step away, we'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the third period here on the Southern Hockey Network. So both teams get a short breather, and Deerbras got one back in the second, so we're set for the final 12 minutes of action. Deerbras looking to tie this one up and potentially take the lead, but already some good pace from Kevin Sumner, who cuts inside, and he's going to run out of room on Sherritt, who makes the save. Now up the other way, the Dirty Oars. Trey Walters, which Noah mentioned has Trey, the first name on the jersey. Something a little abnormal that you don't normally see, but I like it. I like the first name on the jersey. It's now up the other way. Ohlmuller looking for his third of the game, and if he doesn't, throwing Noah's hat onto the ice. Because I keep saying I'm going to bring a hat, and I forget every single time, so I'm going to have a designated hat trick hat.
At least these hats, they don't go away. I'm sure it would find its way back to me at some point.
Well, even if I have to go down there myself and get it back.
As for those who don't know, the hat tricks, the hats that get thrown on the ice in professional games, those get donated to charity.
I don't know. Maybe Caleb Van Horn would keep your hat. If I threw it out there, he might keep it. I don't know. Maybe ask you to sign it or something.
I'd definitely sign it for Caleb.
Now a drop pass just out of the reach of Ridgely, who wasn't able to fire that one away. But now it rolls back into the slot. Both teams hacking away at it. It's going to come out to the blue line, but kept in by Kevin Sumner, who takes a shot, and Sherritt's making a save. And now Dirty Oars up the other way. Slowing it down, looking to get set up. Trey takes the shot. Trey Walters, that is, as Franstead sends it around the boards. Now Kevin Sumner with it. Chips it up the boards to Gates. Gates tried to get it to DeMichael, but DeMichael's skating a little too fast there. And now we're going to get a whistle for offsides.
Yeah, you mentioned there on that breakout, DeMichael just a little bit far ahead. Didn't time it enough to get that pass from Gates. And the Deerbras catch a lucky break with that offsides call.
Now the Deerbras try to skate it up. Keith Sumner driving to the slide, he takes a shot and he scores. And just like that, we're tied up. 2-2 in the third period.
And that just proves it, the most dangerous lead in hockey.
Like I said, it takes one to get the momentum back, and it takes one more to tie it. So,
but yeah, Kevin and Keith Sumner, both fantastic in this matchup here. And Keith Sumner, he just walks down to the middle of the ice and he rips that one past Sherritt.
I've seen him out here during the week before some of the weekday games, coaching some of the future of hockey with the junior mocks, and so now he's out here playing, and maybe he'll show that to his players. Be like, hey guys, this is what I need to see from you. That's a prime example. Is now up the other way. Now are the Dirty Oars. Ohlmuller pressured by Sumner. Keith Sumner is going to come away with that one.
Yeah, now he's got something to show his players. You know, before wasn't necessarily anything to record these games. So,
well, and he just showed a prime example. I was here the other day setting up, and he was talking about protecting the house, not letting the player inside, and that was a prime example. There is made a strong defensive play on Gunnar Ohlmuller. So you want to show him some tape. This is the tape to roll. Not all the time do the players listen, but I was listening up here, and I remember him talking about protecting the house in one of the practices. As now Gill skates into it, makes a good move. Tries to go between the legs and then get the puck for a shot, but it rolls in on Sherritt's. Had a little too much on it. Sherritt's tried to glove that one standing up. Now we're starting to see the Deerbras push back. Dirty Oars got to find a way to get some momentum after 2 unanswered. Trey goes to take a shot. That one off the stick of Kevin Sumner. Rolls around the boards. Comes to the Dirty Oars. Dan Olson forced out wide. He'll cut back along the half wall. Now DeMichael trying to take the puck away. Gates up there. Now at the half wall. Shot towards from the half wall. Now Furman's going to send it out of the zone. Dirty Oars going to have to touch up. So they'll slow things down. 7:27 left to go. We're going to get a whistle here for an icing as this one's going to go back down into the Dirty Oars zone. So a big opportunity now for the Deerbras, who have started to control this game.
Yeah, the third period's been rolling on nicely. And the Deerbras tying this one here in the third. And like you said, they've got tons of momentum. It's looking like they're the favorites to break the tie here in the third period.
There's a shot in there from Kevin Sumner from the blue line, saved by Sherritt. And one of my favorite things is to remember it doesn't all happen at once. Getting back into a game doesn't happen all at once. It's one goal. You got to play hard for a little bit, and you get the other one. You get rewarded for playing hard, and that's what the Deerbras have shown us in this game.
Yeah, it's all about taking one shot at a time, one shift at a time. Even with these, shorter games, not like the ones with 20-minute periods, it's still one shift at a time, and it's a lot of hockey to be played.
And there's no coach on the bench telling yourself that one shot wide of the net. So you just got to remember that and keep the team level-headed. It's a team mentality. It's not individual out here. There's a shot there from the blue line. Vanderstein already had a goal like that earlier, was looking for a second. DeMichael trying to get the stick check there, and now it's flipped out. Gillum takes it. He'll send it around the boards into the Deerbras zone. It's Kevin Sumner now with it. His brother Keith Sumner, who tied this one up, steps onto the ice. Now it comes out to Keith, who was along that blue line, settling it down. Now he's driving up the ice, forced out towards the face-off dot. Now gets a pass to the slot for DeMichael. Now DeMichael in the corner, settling things down, takes a shot. That one gets blocked by Olson. Olson has Gunnar Olmuller, sends him up the boards. Keith Sumner back defensively. Gets a stick in tied on Olmuller. And no call. Looked like maybe potentially a hook there. This one rolls in towards Stone, but Keith Sumner getting in the way of that one.
Sorry, I saw Caleb Van Horn's arm up, but it was just for the delayed offsides. You were talking about a non-call.
I was looking at maybe we were going to see a penalty. As now Gill has time and space, and Sherritt stands up, makes the save as Gillum took a spill, and that almost cost the Dirty Oars, but Sherritt's able to make a big save. So 5:24 left to go and tied at 2.
We're getting into crunch time here.
As Sumner has it lost in the skates, was looking for it. He drives in, he shoots, and Sherritt's a save. A high danger shot right there as Sumner was squaring away, looking to lift that one, just not able to lift it enough over the pad.
Yeah, Sherritt's was low in the net. He lifts that into the top part of the net, just under the bar. Like that's the lead for the Deerbras.
There's now Keith Sumner with it after some good neutral zone defensive play by the Deerbras. 4:59. Now Gill with it, settling things down. Cut through the center ice. And Sherritt's going to get the cover as Gill came crashing in. So 444. One thing that can make the scoreboard more perfect is 4 goals for each side and maybe a fourth period, maybe an overtime. But it's 2-2 with 4:40 left to go now. Dirty Oars a chance for Olmeyer. Just has to get past Vanderstein, and what a defensive play by Vanderstein.
Yeah, great stick, just sweeping across as Olmuller tried to make the move to the middle.
But now Olmuller has it. Fires it towards the net. Was going, looking for a pass back door. Now it's going to come out to Roth. And now up the other way, Furman on the breakaway. Sherritt's up high. He shoots it. Did he ring it off the iron? It looked like it hit the back of the net and came out the other side, but.
Man, I think that hit the left post and came back out the other side. What an opportunity for Furman. He can't believe it.
I can't believe it. I thought it went in and came out the other side, maybe hit that post in the back, as now Sumner drives in. Backhand try. Another one by Furman on the rebound and just lifted it wide of the net through the blue paint.
Yeah, just a couple of grade A opportunities for Furman.
As Gates takes a spill there, no arm up. This one back into the Deerbras zone, 3:29. Now a pass up the boards out of the zone. Trey Walters is going to send it back in. Now Vanderstein gets it to DeMichael. Ridgely enters the zone. Shot by DeMichael. That one's blocked.
Sim shaking his hands there.
Now Vanderstein has shot. Sherritt gets the save.
Yeah, he might have caught that one in the wrist.
And that's a tough spot to get hit. There's not too much padding there. It's right above that glove area.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago I had blocked the shot in the wrist. It did not feel good for a few days. As we're going to get a timeout here. I'm guessing it's from the Dirty Oars. I didn't quite see who called it, but
both teams will take a breather as it looks like Trey Walters maybe playing with the snow on the ice. Thought maybe it was nursing the wrist, but both teams just maybe needed a breather. I mean, you've got a timeout. You might as well use them. Can't use them once the game's over.
Absolutely, and you can tell from the Dirty Oars who have 8 skaters out on the ice. You know, that can get tiring towards the end of the game. The officials ready to start play back up again.
So this face-off going to be to the right of Sherritt's. So 3:02 to go. A 2-2 game. This puck's dropped. Deerbras come away with it. Kevin Sumner passes it towards the slot. He's either looking for it to go towards the net or maybe find a stick in front and get redirected. But it came out to the neutral zone as the Oars were able to clear it. Now Ridgely, a shot. That one gets blocked by Gillum.
The Dirty Oars doing a good job not letting shots get through to the net. But if you're the Deerbras, you have to get those pucks through.
And now Olmuller has got 2 in this game, could have the winner. And he's not able to get a shot away. Got away from him. Sometimes speed kills, and that was example 4 of it there.
Yeah, Vanderstein, a great stick lift at the last second as Olmuller made the move to the forehand.
He's been saving gas in the tank for a rush like that, and you mentioned it, Vanderstein. Good defensive play. It's been all over it. Scored the first goal for the Deerbras and has made a potentially game-saving save as a shot in by Kevin Sumner. Sherritt's making the save there. So under 2 to go. If I'm a team, I'm pulling my goalie right now. I'm trying to end it right now with the goalie pulled. No, obviously not the best strategy. There's the reason I'm an announcer, not a coach. I'm in it for the dramatics.
I mean, if a win was needed, that would absolutely be a great strategy.
Deerbras turn it over, and they're going to skate in onside. A good job by Ridgely to get back onside. Is now a shot, and that one saved by Shares. That was DeMichael. Now Keith Sumner trying to skate down into it. That's going to come back out to neutral ice. Gavin Sumner with it. Looks for a cross-ice pass. Gets it to Furman, who takes a shot. Furman's had some good opportunities. He wants the goalie. Had chances to score a couple of times in this game. So now it's sent out by Franstead to Olmuller. A 2-on-2. Olmuller shot. That one goes wide. You can tell he's got confidence. He scored twice, and now he's just firing it from anywhere. So we're under a minute to go. Dirty Oars keeping it in the Deerbras zone. Now Olmuller with it. Deerbras need a clear. Kevin Sumner gets a stick on it, forces it out back to the blue line.
A couple of good sticks there.
Now Furman with Kevin Sumner. A 2-on-1. Gets it past to Furman, a shot, and not able to get enough of the blade on it. Still Lou Sherritts was down and out, but still comes away and gets the cover.
Wow. That's the best opportunity all game long for the Deerbras. Kevin Sumner got that to the front of the net where Furman was diving, just couldn't quite get all of that shot. But even they got it back out in front of the net too, and there's another shot. But Sherritt's able to keep that out.
So now there's under 20 left to go in regulation, and Parker Stone getting a cover. You know, I haven't had to say that in a good amount of time. Parker Stone not really facing too many high danger opportunities or having to cover the puck.
Yeah, and that's credit to the Deerbras in the neutral zone, not letting many shots get through to the net. But also the Dirty Oars not getting too many pucks on the net as well. A lot of the shots missing wide.
And now Furman on the break, but had it sticked away at the end. So Dirty Oars are going to take it. And that's going to do it for regulation. We're going to get our first overtime game of our 5-game slate. As the Deerbras scored 2 unanswered to battle back and have tied this one up.
Yeah, and it's going to be 3-on-3 overtime.
So we'll see if they let both teams take a break. No, we're just right into action here. No breather in between the overtime. Goalie's going to, looks like they're going to stay on the same side.
Yeah, maybe we're a little bit behind schedule here. It's about 8:10, and next game is scheduled to start at 8:15. So they're trying to get things moving along.
Like I said, we're bringing you 6 hours of consecutive hockey. 5 straight games as Dirty Oars control the opening possession. Possession is crucial in these overtimes. That one's going to go the length, and that's going to be an icing.
Yeah, Olmuller not happy, missing that pass. That looked like that was right on his stick. Might have just been out of reach. But the Dirty Oars not too much possession late in the third period. The Deerbras have a tremendous opportunity getting in the offensive zone.
As they win the faceoff, and a quick shot by Gill, who maybe looks like he took a stick or something in the neck area. And make sure he's okay. He looks good to go.
To mention too, the clock is run time. Not sure if that's
and that might just be credit to, like you said, being a little bit behind. And ice time is now. A shot by DeMichael and a save by Sherritts. That one had an overtime winner written on it, but Sherritt's making a save. Now Keith Sumner trying to cut into the slot, shoots, and he scores! He gets the overtime winner, and the Deerbras scoring 3 unanswered, battle back, and that will do it.
And what a game. The Deerbras down 2-0, come back and win it in overtime. And if you were just hearing that, Gavin putting the microphone down, he's going to run downstairs out onto the ice and get an interview, I'm guessing with Keith Sumner, who scored the OT winner. But what a game. This one and the last game, both fantastic, close matchups. And in just a moment, we'll send it downstairs to Gavin with the OT hero, Keith Sumner.
All right, Keith, you get the overtime winner. You guys scored 3 unanswered. How are you feeling?
Brother, it was a tough one. We were shorthanded. Everybody was gassed. I'm feeling great. Just glad to get the win. Had to grind it out.
What were you guys seeing out there that allowed you to start to come back into this game?
I think we were tired. We knew they were just as tired. Just tried to skate hard, dig deep, kind of go from there.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
And that'll do it for this one here. The Deerbras take down the Dirty Oars 3-2 in overtime. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Noah Gabryluk. That was Gavin Coker and Lena Kay on the camera. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Southern Hockey Network. We'll be right back with another broadcast for our final game here on this Sunday.